What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. We're also going to get into some altcoins as well. What I want to do is go in on the 4-hour time frame today. We have been looking a lot on the weekly time frame, giving you the big picture, but today I want to give you a little bit of detail here for my subscribers, so I hope you like it. What we're going to start with is Bitcoin here. This is going to be on the 4-hour time frame. Most important thing that we can do right now is get over top of our previous all-time high of around $109,000. That's going to be the most important overhead resistance, and in my opinion, we want to do it sooner rather than later, just due to the fact we got up to around that area, 108.5 right here. Then we hit it again. We don't want to see another rejection in this area because that would mean we'd have to go back down and test some lower levels. So far in the 4-hour time frame, we did get a 4-hour breakout. We had a back test, and now we got moving, and it has been on good volume. So overall, today we had really nice volume. No problem with that. I think at one point we had $90 billion traded. So that was really exciting. Right now it's saying $88.73 billion overall traded. So looking really good there. We're trading up above our 50 moving average and our 200. So main thing is just going up and challenging this previous all-time high, getting up through that with volume, getting back into those blue sky breakouts. Right now our MACD is trying to get a bullish cross to the upside. We are above the zero line. Money flow is going to be at a positive 0.10. And then our lazy bear squeeze, not a ton going on right now. So that's going to be Bitcoin. The next one I want to get into was Ethereum, and we're just going to rip through these quick. So for Ethereum, guys, and what I always like to do, I like to use trend lines, especially when I'm in closer here, like on a 4-hour time frame. So here, we draw a trend line. What we're trying to do is get the most amount of touches possible. So right here, we need Ethereum to break up through this trend line. Right here, most important thing, and get up above this 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, which is going to be at 3,374. So if we can get up above that area, then we can start testing some of these higher areas with this trend line breakout of around 3,755 is a big area, and then where we saw this rejection twice, all the way up around that $4,100. So still a lot of work to do for Ethereum, but so far so good, guys. Overall, I think everything's okay, structure's okay. We just have to get out of this shorter term downtrend. Right now, lazy bear squeeze, trying to get into the green there. Money flow is going to be at a positive 0.14. MACD fairly flat. They're getting tight. Seeing if we can get this nice break to the upside. So that's going to be Ethereum. Next one I want to get into was Cardano. Just let me know what coins you're here for. So Cardano building a lot of pressure. And this is on the 4-hour time frame. So we're trading up above our 200 moving average. We have resistance of our 50, but it's not as significant here because we're chopping sideways. It's just getting tight. We're waiting to see what's going to happen as we get closer to this apex. We do want to break out before we get into that apex because sometimes you can just go right out of it. Then you don't get the type of breakout that you'd be looking for. So we're building pressure in here. Main area we need to get over top of is going to be $1.17. Then it's going to be up to around that $1.33. That's going to be the big area. To the downside, we need to hold 95 cents as support. Then it'd be down to around that 88 cents. But just staying in this pennant that we have happening here, wanted to see if we can get that continuation and upside break. If we can get that upside break, a serious one here, I would target up to around that big round number of $2 for a nice breakout for Cardano. Money flow is going to be at a negative 0.19 right now on the 4-hour time frame. MACD, we have not had a bullish cross yet, and then we're in the purple here on our lazy bear squeeze. So just really tightening up, moving sideways here for Cardano. Next one's going to be Avax. Avax sitting at $37. With Avax, what we need to do here is just have a breakout. Essentially, we want to hold as support about $34. We're trying to break out, see if we can get above $42, then it's going to be up to around that $45. If we can get over these two here, we could go up and challenge this local high of around, call it $56 fairly quick here. If we can get this nice breakout, we want the breakout to come on volume if we're able to hold these support levels. Money flow right now is going to be at a negative 0.13. MACD trying to get a bullish cross here. Lazy bear squeeze going to be in the purple. So that's the main thing we need to do here is just have a trend line breakout essentially, and we want it to come on volume. Next one we're going to go into is going to try to rip through as many as I can here. Hbar. So for Hbar, getting this nice continuation. And this is one thing I really want to point out again so you can learn this. And this is just taking the entire move here, looking at a Fibonacci retracement. Hbar was so strong that we barely dropped below this 0.382. And what we talk about a lot is if you can hold this 0.382, you can get that bull flag continuation. You just don't have as much overhead resistance as if you get down into this 0.618, and then you have all this overhead resistance and you start chopping in equilibrium here. So the fact that we could essentially hold this 0.382 at around 25 cents, that's important for us to see if we can get this next move to the upside to try to get over top of about 40 cents or so. So Hbar still looking really good here. Main areas we'd want to hold as support as of now is around 32 cents. And then it would be this moving average, this 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, right at around 30 cents right now. So that's going to be Hbar. Next one's Link. So for Link, okay, big chunk of resistance right here, and this is going to put you around $27, trying to get up through that, see if we can get up to around $31. If $31, we can break over top of that just to get out to the daily time frame, give you, this is going to be a big area around 31, and then it'd be up to around that $38 for Link. Money flow so far is going to be a positive 0.10. Lazy bear squeeze in the green, and MACD is above the zero line, trying to cross to the positive there, staying tight. So just seeing if we can get up and challenge this big local top we had there of around $31. It's going to be Link. Next one, let's go to Litecoin. If you're here for Litecoin, let me know down low. So Litecoin on the 4-hour time frame, good thing here, we're just overall moving in a huge, massive range here. And this is going to be between $86 all the way up to 148. So just a lot of chop back and forth here, a lot of indecision. Right now, what we want to hold is up above this 200 moving average at 107.79. So looking to see if we can hold that area. If we do get an upside break, we're going to be looking for resistance around 141 and then around 147. But overall for Litecoin, there's a lot of news and talk about an ETF, so overall this is one with a lower overall supply that it can move really fast when money comes in. You can see it just typically runs in those straight lines when it does come in for Litecoin. Money flow is going to be negative 0.04. MACD trying to get that bullish cross to the upside, which is good, and then we're in the purple there on our lazy bear squeeze. Next one we're going to get into is Solana. So for Sol here, we did get a new all-time high. Didn't last very long. We got all the way up to around $295 before we dropped down to $229. So really big swings right here. Main area of support we're trying to hold is $230. And let me get this trend line off. It's from before. Okay, so we need to hold $230 as support, overhead resistance, seeing if we can get up through about 274, then get you up to around that $295. So really nice move for Solana, just trying to get it back here. Just had a nice big retracement. If we take a look at the Fibonacci, so we did get back to this 0.5, and now you see we got a little bit lower and we get in that equilibrium. So now we have to work up through these levels to try to get back into that blue sky breakout. But so far for Solana, we're looking good here on the 4-hour time frame. Money flow is going to be at 0 overall. Lazy bear squeeze still in the red, and MACD trying to get a bullish cross still above the 0 line right now. So just seeing if we can get up through some of those resistance areas we pointed out earlier. Let's see, Trumpcoin. So there's not a lot of price action. So we were as high as $77, went to a low of $30. So these are our major highs and lows essentially. We just don't have a lot of price action right now. In the shorter term, trying to get up through $48, and then the big psychological level 50, downside support $35. So just not a lot of price action here, guys. You can see my indicators aren't really even coming up. I know a lot of people want to cover it, but there's just not a ton going on there. So let's see. Let's get into Dogecoin. All right. So for Dogecoin, like a lot of these coins, looking for that 4-hour time frame trend line break. So right there, we broke it, gave it all back here. And one tell that you can have here, guys, just to show you. So we ended up breaking this, but you can see it didn't really come on that big volume. We'd want volume similar to this right here. So nice big volume, gave it all back. A back test went even lower. Now we're trying to stay back up above this trend line. So overall, trying to get up through, which is a big area here because of this longer wick. A lot of selling around 43 cents. Then it'd be up to around that 48 cents for overhead resistance. In terms of support, we want to hold where this big candle is here, this bullish engulfing candle, and that's going to put you around 33 cents. So those are the main ones I can get into right now here, guys. Maybe, let me see if there's one more I think someone was asking for, if I can find it. You know what, guys, I think that's it. That's what I can get to right now. So God bless each and every one of you. Have a wonderful night. Take care, my friends.